Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's medical issues, is it perhaps exposed by Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer? This is the news that's been floating around. We need to talk about it. Look, it may not be the truth. It may be the truth. Who knows? But this is another theory. And I think this particular theory, which is coming from Ed Hodge, Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer, um, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. So stay tuned for these, ladies and gentlemen. We've got quite a few other bits and pieces, some injury news for the players that are possibly returning back very, very soon. And of course, some transfer news, which is odd. Transfer season's over, but we are still talking about buying more players. Let's get more players. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick things off with this particular news that's breaking in the Chelsea community at the moment. Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer has appeared to brand Chelsea's injury crisis an absolute mess. We need to understand. This is no, some sort of a sideman talking or something like that, some unnamed character. This is Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer that's coming out and saying this kind of stuff. I know he's responded off the back of this, which we'll touch on as well, but there seems to be some sort of a private message that got leaked. Obviously, their intention wasn't to be leaked, but that's what's going to happen when you talk about these sort of things. Even to your close people, it's eventually going to get leaked because it's going to gain you the clicks and the attention, this, that, the other. Maybe they want it to be leaked. Who knows? Trevoh Chalobah is looking to leave Chelsea, right? So maybe they wanted to leave. I don't know. Some sort of conspiracy theory, I suppose. But look, the bottom line is Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer is saying that Chelsea's injury crisis is an absolute mess. Why does he think this? Ed Hodge, who works closely with Chalobah, seemed to discuss the Blues' issues in now deleted Twitter post showing what looks to be a private Instagram conversation. So this is what the conversation goes like. Trev has a hammy injury, should be back to 90% sprint ability by the end of this week. So he's obviously talking to someone, I don't know who, but he's sharing this information. So glad to hear. That person replied. Then he goes on to say, most of the injuries are because the players have been loading muscle time and time again without lengthening them simultaneously. So you need to understand. So they're pumping weights, they're building muscle, but they're not doing, muscle lengthening. What that means, and I think he goes on to talk about then one lunge into a tackle or a COD too rapidly, and they're injured. Hardly any of them do reformer, Pilates, or terrain work, i.e. stair sprints and hill sprints to strengthen knee ligaments. So you can go to the gym, bulk up, build up muscle, but if you're not doing these Pilates, the terrain work, stair sprints, hill sprints, you're not going to lengthen the muscle out. That's why when our players, they're, extending their knee out or, extending their leg out on a particular tackle, they tend to have all these muscle injuries. For example, Reece James, I think Chukwuemeka recently as well. And Kunku, something to do with his knee too. Trevoh Chalobah as well. So all of these players, this is one theory, and it kind of makes sense to me. We have to investigate. I think we can all agree as a fan base that there is clearly something wrong. This is no coincidence that every single season we have a plethora of players injured. So this is no coincidence anymore. This is real, legit. Something is wrong. Something needs to be investigated. And I'm pretty sure once investigated, we will be able to find out the root cause, because no way this is coincidence. No way. It may happen once, in a blue moon, a particular season, a lot of players got injured, but to have it every single season, and I think this kind of gives me a good indication something is not happening. And then he goes on to say it's an absolute mess at the moment. This here is the most important part. Hardly any of them do reformer, Pilates, or terrain work. I think recently we saw Sterling do some of these stair sprinting. He's trying to look after his body because last season, even Sterling was getting injured quite a few times. So this season, Sterling's trying to make sure that he stays fit, and he's doing some of these terrain workout and Pilates and sprints. Stair sprints is definitely something I've seen Sterling talk about. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this. This is obviously one of the theories, but I just want to show you guys. Ed Hodge has come out and responded something. I want to show you guys what he responded. That way it gives us an indication of everything. There we go. This is the response. Ed Hodge has posted a response to the story. To set the record straight, because people are making things up after a message thread was posted. Trevoh Chalobah is a friend only. I was asked when he's back after his injury, and I said what I knew from him. So what he said, Trevoh Chalobah is saying as well. I then said my opinion on why I believe there are so many injuries at Chelsea. It's my opinion and not Trev's. And it's not some sort of secret information that the club told me. Fair enough. It's probably not information that the club told him, but it's his opinion, and he's Trevoh Chalobah's personal trainer. I think there's something, he might be onto something. I really do. Trevoh Chalobah is obviously talking to his personal trainer, and I think he's onto something. So this is definitely one of the theories. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section what you think about our injury situation. What do you think is the issue? Do you believe what Ed Hodge is saying? I honestly think it's quite believable. Next up, some injury news, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are said to be without Romeo Lavia for at least another month after he twisted his ankle in training. So injury crisis continues. We're not going to have Lavia for another month. So definitely not until the next international break, maybe after the international break. And hopefully he doesn't have any more injuries. Armando Broja and Benoit Badiashile are both pushing to come back, make comebacks, and could soon be eased in from the bench, with their return seen as increasingly imminent. I'm very much looking forward to both of these players, but most definitely Armando Broja, to give us something different up front when Nicholas Jackson is struggling. So yeah, some minutes off the bench will be very, very good for both of these players. Armando Broja, I believe, is going to be participating in the under-21s matches sometime this weekend as well. So do look out for that. Reece James and Carney Chukwuemeka are both doing solo training sessions with ball work. So potentially we're going to see both of these players coming back into team training, but I don't see them featuring in any matches prior to the next international break. That's my personal feeling. Maybe they might come off the bench in the last match before the international break, but I think this is going to happen probably after the international break. So two more players hopefully will be back, and hopefully they can stay fit. Already Mr. Reece James has missed a lot of football, which is a bit of a trend now over the last few seasons. They will slowly be reintroduced into Mauricio Pochettino's training sessions and are hopeful of a return in the coming weeks. There you go. That's in regards to that. Now, in regards to Moses Caicedo and Toney Madueke, Chelsea hope to have Moses Caicedo and Toney Madueke back to face Aston Villa on Sunday and see Armando Broja take a big step towards full fitness by playing for their under-21s in the next week. So, look, great news. Moses Caicedo, that's a huge one for us, that he should be back for the Aston Villa game. We need him. We badly, badly need him. And we need Enzo Fernandez to be a little bit closer to him, a bit deeper, and Cole Palmer. Once Moses Caicedo comes in, I don't want to see Gallagher anymore in the team. I really don't. Cole Palmer needs to play just behind Jackson, in between the lines, as much as he can, and see if he can get those passes and link up with Jackson, Sterling, and whoever's on the left. Hopefully it's Mudryk and not Ben Chilwell. Toney Madueke should be back as well. We need to start integrating him as much as we can, give him minutes off the bench, and then eventually see if he can get a start. Madueke played well in the Carabao Cup. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, some transfer news. Although Juventus's Dusan Vlahovic was a name Chelsea had tracked over multiple windows, they never seriously entertained a swap deal for Romelu Lukaku, who is now at Roma. This was because Mauricio Pochettino wasn't on board. Chelsea would have had to pay 35 to 40 million euros in addition to Lukaku, but I understand it wasn't the money that put off the club. This is coming from Ben Jacob. Look, a lot of people are like, we should have got Dusan Vlahovic, right? Look how much we're struggling. Look, the bottom line is, maybe we should have. I don't know. Pochettino didn't want him. And I think Chelsea's got one eye on Ivan Toney, which we're going to touch on. These are some of the reasons, and also Dusan Vlahovic's injury record doesn't bode well. These are some of the reasons why Chelsea just strayed away from it. So we can sit here and say, why didn't we get Dusan Vlahovic? He's doing so well at Juventus, this, that, the other. We never entertained it. We just didn't entertain it. And on top of that, 30 to 45 million plus Lukaku, what? Dusan Vlahovic is now worth 75 million euros. Come on, man. Like, no need for us to get done like that, honestly. And some of you guys probably prefer Ivan Toney. And some news here for Ivan Toney. Chelsea are well informed on the situation of Ivan Toney and have asked for information. The player wants to leave Brentford in 2024. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Look, this is a legitimate link, and we've been heavily linked with Ivan Toney. However, Arsenal Football Club are also after Ivan Toney, and I think a lot of people were saying that Ivan Toney is an Arsenal fan. Look, the fan situation, I don't care. Declan Rice was a Chelsea fan. He now plays for Arsenal. That don't matter. Ivan Toney is a serious contender to join Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea definitely looking at him. My thing is, look, I'm just embarrassed talking about transfers. Like, we've spent so much. We need to spend more. Let's see how Jackson continues on. Let's see what Armando Broja can do off the bench. And if they can't shine by the time December's done and the January window is here, then we have to find a solution. We have to. We can't be struggling for the rest of the season if we can't find goals. We need to find someone who's able to put those chances away. And if Ivan Toney is that guy, let's see exactly how Ivan Toney feels from a physical standpoint. Obviously, he's not playing at the moment. He's suspended. Where his physical situation is going to be once January comes around, that's another question mark. But at the same time, I don't want to get done by Brentford either. Apparently, Brentford's asking for a lot of money. So hopefully we can get a bit of a discount. But Ivan Toney, for me, is definitely someone who's Premier League proven. But it doesn't fit the 25-year-old criteria, right? Less than 25 years old. So Chelsea will have to break that criteria. Because Ivan Toney, I believe, is 28. But we need that experience. We need that experience, not just from an age point of view, but he's got the Premier League experience. He knows how to score goals, plethora of goals for a team like Brentford. So, that's you'd only think that hopefully when he comes to Chelsea, we can start creating more chances for him and play a better brand of football. I know it's not all working out right now, but that's the thought, right? So for me, Ivan Toney is an excellent shout. Last but not least, another kid. You guys would have heard about this one, and everyone's dying for this kid now. All we seem to do is just buy kids. Chelsea will not let go of Antonio Nusa and will send a scout to Club Brugge on Thursday for their game against Besiktas. I might have to watch this game, to be honest, see what's all this hype about Antonio Nusa. Other clubs will also have scouts in attendance. So, look, we're buying all these kids, man. Kendu Paez is there as well. Now Antonio Nusa. It's great we're setting up for the future, but we need to understand that the present is very important. The present is extremely important. If we don't have a present, we will not have a future. And then our scout, I saw another news that they've gone to the Man United versus Brighton game. Who are we scouting at Brighton? Because we're surely not scouting anyone from Man United. I'd be shocked. Who is scouting from Brighton, man? Are we still looking to do deals with Brighton? Like, haven't we had enough? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we talked about, especially the medical issue, all the injury issues that we're having. Give me your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys hopefully for a live stream tomorrow. Let's see. We'll see whether we do a live or not. But I definitely will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care. See ya.